The trial had begun. Zuri stood, feeling the weight of the ancient guardian's gaze, the world around her spinning with unknown dangers. The air had grown cold, and the ground trembled beneath her feet. Her pulse raced, and she felt as though the very walls of the city were closing in. The serpent guardian's eyes glowed with an eerie light as it spoke. To claim the Heartstone, you must face the trials of Nyoka. Your courage, your heart, and your strength will be tested. Without warning, the ground beneath Zuri cracked open, and dark vines, thick as tree trunks, began to rise up, coiling and twisting around her. They reached toward her, their tips sharp as thorns. With every step, the vines seemed to grow faster, moving with a hunger for her. Zuri's heart thudded. She knew she had no choice but to fight. She raised her arms, her mind focusing on the magic she had felt stirring within her since she first arrived in Nyoka. Her birthmark, the serpent, was glowing with golden light. The mark was a part of her, and now, she realized, it was a source of her power. In one swift motion, Zuri stretched out her hand. A pulse of golden energy shot from her fingers, slicing through the vines, severing them like they were paper. The serpent guardian watched silently, its eyes narrowing. "You are strong," the guardian murmured, "but strength alone is not enough." Suddenly, the ground rumbled, and the sky above darkened. A massive shadow loomed before Zuri, a dark spirit materializing from the very air itself. It was a manifestation of the greed and corruption that had cursed Nyoka, its form swirling with dark magic, its eyes burning with rage. "You seek the Heartstone, child," the spirit's voice hissed, "but the Heartstone is not just an object. It is Nyoka's soul, and its soul has been twisted by the greed of your ancestors." Zuri stepped forward, her heart filled with resolve. "I am not my ancestors. I am Zuri. And I will break this curse." The spirit lunged at her with terrifying speed, its claws outstretched, but Zuri was ready. The serpent within her flared to life, and with a fierce cry, Zuri sent a burst of magic hurtling toward the spirit. The blast hit with a force that shook the ground, but the spirit merely recoiled, laughing. "You cannot defeat me," it roared. "The magic of Nyoka is mine to control." Zuri felt the pressure building in her chest, the weight of the kingdom's past pressing down on her. But then, she remembered the serpent's words, "The magic of Nyoka is both a blessing and a curse." She realized that the spirit's power was not her enemy, it was the corruption of a kingdom that had fallen into greed and darkness. She closed her eyes, centering herself, and in a moment of clarity, she reached deep within her.